and that's going to give you 90.
Nope, try again. 30 times 2.
60. I was close.
Yes, 60 degrees. Okay. All right. So now if you go the other direction, how do you go from 60 to 30? Well, it's half. Half. Okay. So if you go from the angle to the outside, you double it. But if you go from the arc to the angle, it's half. So what are we going to do here? Is A double 158 or is it half of 158?
A is going to be the half.
That's right. It's half of 158. So you got to figure that out. What is 1/2 of 58?
1/2 of 58. All right. Right there, 1/2 of 58. You should multiply that by 2, right? 2 times 158. Now it's going to give you
You're allowed to use a calculator, Sourish. This is not mental math.
yeah, I'm using a calculator.
Okay.
$316.
Nope. You doubled it, Sourish. You doubled the number.
Yeah.
But you told me you're going to take half of it. And that's what I wrote down. I wrote down half.
Okay. 1/2 times 158. I'm using my calculator. I'm trying to remember this. $79.
Yes, it is 79 degrees.
Okay.
Very good. Now you seem really tired tonight. You seem like you're tired.
Yeah, I know.
You're maybe disinterested in this.
Yeah.
And I understand we can get through all these problems really quickly, but it's all up to you, Sourish. It's up to you.
We have to get all these problems. We have to get through all these problems.
Well, then you're going to have to be a little bit more on top of this than you are right now.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So this RT, this angle R here is, again, this is an inscribed angle. An inscribed angle. Okay. So if this is X, the arc is 2X. Which are you given in the problem? Are you given X or are you given 2X?
X, or you're giving 2X.
Yeah, which
Where's
one are
my
you
pencil?
given?
I'm trying to find a pencil.
Are you
Can you
given?
go back to the number 5? I need
Sure.
to write. You forgot. I thank you. Where's my pen? I'm trying to find my pencil.
I don't
There
have
it is. I found it. Okay. 79. And why are we number 7? Are we doing number 6?
We will. We're going to do number 7 first.
Okay. Okay. You
Let
can
me
go
know.
forward. Let's go.
All right, let's go. Okay, number 7. So what I was trying to show you here is that 46 is the inscribed angle. Okay, 46 degrees is the inscribed angle. And then off to the right here, I'm drawing the reference. Okay, so I'm asking you, Sourish, is 46 the X degrees or is it the 2X degrees?
It's 4X dx. 4X.
Which one is 46? Is it the X or is it the 2X?
It's the X in there. The X with
That's
a.
right.
Oh,
That's right.
yeah.
So this time, the problem, the measure of RT, what they want, RT is the arc. The arc is double this number here.
Yeah.
What is 2 times 46?
2 times 46. 2 times 46 right there. That is gonna be 90 Uh, 92.
92 degrees. Degree symbol is very important.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, let me know when you have all this down.
All right, I'm getting that down. Okay, got it down.
All right. So real quick review here to help you answer number 6. This is a circle. This is the center. What do you call a line that starts on the circle, line segment, and goes through the center and ends on the circle? What is this called here? What is D to F called?
D to F. D to F. That right there is called. D to F. It is called it is like called the line segment, I would say. Diameter. I
Diameter.
thought we're just. I'm
Very
sorry about
good.
that.
Very good. So here's what it also does. It also cuts the circle in half.
Cut the circle now.
Do you agree with that? Like there's kind of this part up here and this part on the bottom. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, good. Now, if you were to go all the way around the circle, do you remember how many degrees that is if you were to go all the way around the circle?
That will become 360 degrees.
Okay, and what if you go halfway around the circle?
Halfway, that's 180 degrees.
Very good. Okay, now we can move on to number 6. Okay, you've answered all the questions. You know enough to be able to answer question 6. Okay. All right, what is DF? What is D to F? What's the name for that?
D to F. I know that. For D to F,
We just did this
D to F.
1
That
minute
is
ago.
that is the diameter.
Very good. Okay. So this arc, the
And
arc from,
also that DG is a chord.
okay, that's true. That's true. GG is a chord. D to F though is 180 degrees. Okay,
Yeah.
because it's half a circle. Now I'm gonna redraw this without one of the line segments. This is G, D, and F. This is 180 degrees. This is X up here.
Okay.
So this angle right here, this X, is 1/2 of 180 degrees.
180 degrees. Okay. Yeah. So I have to, first of all, I have to like. Wait. So 1/2, right? Times 180.
Yes.
$90.
90 degrees. So G is 90 degrees. So this is actually a right angle.
A right angle.
Right angle. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I wrote it down.
Okay. We're gonna come back to 8, but we need to do a few more problems to get you comfortable with what we're doing. So we're gonna move to number 9 next.
Okay.
Let me know if you need a break or anything.
I want to have a break.
Okay. I'll see you at 7:21. Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Sourish, are you there? Hey,
Yeah,
Sourish. All right.
yeah.
Okay, so we're going to look at measure. We're trying to find the measure of angle A. Okay. A is right there. A is an inscribed angle. Inscribed angle. So if A is x degrees, then the arc is 2x degrees. Okay. So I need you to look at this picture on the left and on the right and tell me, is 84x or is it 2x?
84x, or is it 2x? 84, that is a 2x.
That's 2x. So you can actually write that. You can write 84 equals 2x and then solve for x.
Okay.
Can you solve that for x for me, please?
Yes, I know. Yes. Right there, you should divide.
You should divide. Yes. Go ahead
Yep,
and
and
tell me the.
that's gonna give you that's gonna give you 20.
You're allowed to use a calculator. You don't have to do mental math.
Okay.
Do you have an answer for me?
42.
X is 42 degrees. That is the measure of angle A. Measure of angle A is 42 degrees.
Yep.
All right, let's take a look at another problem here. We're going to look at number 11. We will go back to the ones we've missed as long as we've got time. But I'm trying to do them in an order here where it makes some sense to you. So notice every time I'm drawing essentially the same circle, but I'm drawing the formulas. Okay. Now, are you given
Okay.
x or 2x? Which one are you given?
I'm okay. 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 I need to write this down.
Okay. Do you need to get me to go back up?
Yeah. Okay, let's go back down.
Okay. Is 67 the inscribed angle? Is 67 the inscribed angle, or is the measure of the arc? What is 67? Is it the inscribed angle, or is it the measure of the arc?
It's an inscribed angle.
It's an inscribed angle. So it's really x.
Uh,
So to find the arc, we need to find 2x, or 2 times 67.
okay. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me.
Yeah, yeah, it's okay.
I was saying it to me
Oh,
because I just
oh, that's okay. It's
burped.
okay. It's okay. Normal. It's normal. We have normal bodily functions, Sarge. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
But I want you to calculate 2 times 67.
All right. Okay. So now I know what the answer is. 2 times 7 is 14, and I know and it's 134.
Yes, it's 134 degrees. So this arc, R to S, this arc that I'll show here in this purple color, the measure of this arc is 134 degrees.
Yep.
Okay. We're going to go back and do 10 now. Did you get all that down for number 11?
Number 11. I'm getting that down. That is 134. Is it x equals 134?
No, it's the measure of arc RS.
Okay, got it down. There we go. Got it down.
Okay, so number 10 here. So the problem is asking you to determine the measure of angle G, which is this one down here. There's G, okay? And we need, so what we need to be able to answer this question is we need the measure of this arc right here, F to D. We really, really need to know that number, but we don't know it. Would you agree we don't know F to D?
F to D.
Do we know that, Serge? Do we know the value of the arc from F to D?
F to D. Yeah, we know that we mentioned it in number 11.
It's not the same problem, Serge. It's not related.
Okay.
Okay, now in a circle, how many degrees are in a circle if you go all the way around?
360.
360. So they give you some of it. They tell you from D to G is 110. G to F is 70. F to D is missing. 110 plus 70 plus our unknown, we'll call it X, equals 360. So what I'm saying is that if you start at D and you go to G, that's 110. G to F is 70. So we're calling this missing one X.
Okay. Yeah, okay. And so yeah, 110 plus 70 plus X. Wait, do we have to find out what it does equal 360? Okay. All right.
You've got to solve for X.
Yeah. It's 180.
Yes, X is 180. Okay. Very good. So that's the arc though. We don't want the arc. We want the measure of angle G. Okay. How does G relate to the arc?
Oh. How does G relate to the arc?
Yeah, so like here's what you have so far, Sourish. You have that this is 180 degrees, but you want G. And
Okay.
if you're not sure, let's look at a previous problem. Okay, let's go back up and look here. You said that R to S is 134, but this is 67. So how is 67 related to 134? How did you find 134?
How did you find 134? Well, I found 134 because I found out that is and I found out 134 because I think it's because you have to multiply 2 times 2067.
That's right. Or if you go the other way, you have to divide by 2. So 134 divided by 2 is 67.
Yeah. So
Let's
number 10, the answer is 180.
nope, the answer is not 180. So in this problem
I
here,
would say number 10.
we're not, that's not correct. Okay, so I'm going to try again to show you how to do this. The arc from B to C is 84 degrees. Okay, 84 degrees. How do you find this angle 42 from 84 degrees?
You find that angle because for that right there, you should be able to divide by 2.
Divide by 2. So when you're given the arc, you divide by 2. Right? You divide by 2. So in
Yeah.
your problem, number 10, are you given the arc? Do you have the arc measure? That's a question for you. Are you given the arc measure?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's actually equals 180. You know what? Maybe there's no arc measure.
Oh, there is. So you divide by 2. You
Okay.
divide by 2.
Divide by 2, 180, divide by 2. That is 90.
That is 90. Very good. So the measure of angle G is 90 degrees.
90 degrees. The answer is 90 degrees.
So the relationship, Sourish, this is very important. The relationship is if you're given the arc, you divide by 2. Okay. If you're given the angle, you multiply by 2. If you're given
Okay.
the angle, you multiply by 2 to get the arc.
Okay.
Okay, so now let's look at number 12. Okay. This is asking for the measure of arc W to X. So W to X is this one right here that I've colored in green. Okay.
Okay.
All right. But we don't know what that is. We have no way to find it at present. Okay. But what we do have is we have this 75. How is this 75 related to this other arc in blue?
75 is related to that arc in blue because because WY is attracted to 75.
Yes, but how do you go between the angle, the inscribed angle, and the arc?
180 degrees.
This is the angle, this is the arc. Let's go back and look at a previous problem. What is the relationship between this angle, 90 degrees, and the 180? Meaning, how do you go from 90 to 180? What's the math operation to go from 90 to 180?
What's the math for 180? The math operation for 90 to get to 180?
Yes.
Multiplication.
By 2. How do you go from 180 to 90?
Division.
By 2. So if you're given the arc, you divide by 2. If you're given the angle, you multiply by 2. Let's go see
Yeah.
if that works in another problem here. Let's look at number 11. If the arc is 134 degrees, how do you get the angle? How do you go from 134 to 67?
134 to 67. For that right there, you should for that right there, you
It's no
should,
different than the previous problem. It's the same thing.
okay, for that right, you should multiply.
No,
Divide.
divide by 2.
Uh-huh.
But if you're given the angle, how do you get the arc? How do you go from 67 to 134?
Okay.
I need you to say that out loud or somehow convince me that you understand this, because I don't believe you do.
I understand this. First of all, 67 divided by 134 is 2, and 67 times 2 is 134.
Okay, so if you're given the angle, you multiply by 2 to get the arc. If you're given the arc, you divide by 2 to get the angle. Is that
Yes.
clear? Is that clear?
Uh-huh. If you're giving the R, you have to divide.
Okay, so what is the 75? Is it the angle or the arc?
The arc.
No,
Are you kidding me? I thought you okay.
it's right here. It says angle.
Angle. The arc is the
Okay.
semicircle or something?
Well, the arc is the curved part. So how do you go from the angle to the arc?
You know, like I told you, you should. Like I told you, you
If
should.
hang on, sir, because if you give me the wrong answer right now, it's because you're either not writing it down or not paying attention. So I want you to
I
be
am paying.
very,
I'm paying
I want you to be,
attention. I'm trying
okay,
to
then,
remember the.
well, you've been writing this down all along, so you should have it in your notes, or you should have it on your paper somewhere. What do you do when you go from the angle to the arc? Is it multiply by 2 or divide by 2? And don't guess, know the answer.
In my notes, you should multiply.
Yes, that is correct. And how do you go from the arc to the angle?
You have to divide.
Okay, so 75, you're going to multiply by 2. That's 150 degrees. Okay. Now, if you go all the way around the circle, how many degrees is that? If you go all the way around the circle, how many degrees is that?
If you go all the way around the circle, how many degrees is that? That's 360.
That's 360. Okay. So 150 or 110 plus 150 plus, we don't know the green, but I'll call it G, equals 360.
360. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you need to solve for G. Let me know when you've got the answer for this one.
Yeah. 100.
Yes, G is 100 degrees. So this arc here is 100 degrees.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna go to 15.
Oh, wait, hold on. Need to write this.
If you wait until the end to write it down, Sourish, it's gonna be harder because I don't think you're following along.
I mean, I write this down whenever the problem's done. That's what I do. And there we go. Okay, let's go.
All right. So do you have this down in your notes on the right? This diagram?
Yes.
Okay, because I'm gonna ask you about it. All right, here we go. So this is number 15. This is a good one for us to look at next. Is the 54 degrees, is it the arc or is it the angle?
Is it the arc or is it okay? 54 degrees is the arc.
Okay. So how do you get the angle from the arc? What's the math
You-
operation?
The angle to the arc, you should multiply.
That's true. To go from the angle to the arc, you multiply by 2. But what are you given in this problem? Are you given the arc or the angle?
You're giving the angle. The angle to the arc is where you multiply, and then the arc to the angle is where you divide.
54 degrees is the arc. So how do you get the angle from the arc?
You should multiply. I told you that.
That would be true if you were given the angle.
Yeah.
That's not what you're given. You're given the arc.
Oh, what the heck? Are you're okay. But you said it was true.
This 54 degrees is the arc,
Yeah.
and we're trying to find the angle. How do you go from the arc to the angle?
I think you should okay. I'm not gonna guess.
You
Divide.
divide by 2.
Oh my. Okay. Yeah. Divide by 2. Yeah,
Okay,
you should divide by 2.
yes, can you give me the result of dividing that by 2?
54 divided by 2 for that answer right there. That is, and that is right there is 27.
Is 27 degrees. Good. Okay, we're going to look at 17 next.
Okay.
All right, so when you look at 17, this 97 degrees, is it the arc or is it the angle?
97 degrees for that. That is the angle.
It's the angle. So how do you go from the angle
To the arc, the
to the
angle
arc?
to the arc is where you multiply.
By 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so go ahead and multiply by 2, please.
Yep. 97 times 2. Mm-hmm. 194.
194. Good. So this arc out here is 194 degrees. TP is 194 degrees. You got it. Make sure you get that written down.
Yeah.
Let me know when you're ready. We'll move on to number 18.
We'll move on to number 18.
Okay. Get this snipped in. Okay, so kind of the same question here. Is the 56 degrees, is it the angle or is it the arc?
57. What?
56
Yeah,
degrees.
the 56, that is the angle.
The angle. So how do you go from the angle to the arc?
Times 2.
Times 2. So give me the arc, please. Multiply by 2.
So give it by, so yeah. All right, 56 times 2 for that right there. $112.
112 degrees. Good. Okay. Now in a circle, if you go all the way around, how many degrees is that?
360.
360. Okay, so we'll call the missing one here, we'll call it blue or B. So it's 149 plus 112 plus B equals 360.
Oh. I'll use the calculator.
Sounds good.
$99.
Okay, that sounds right. So B is 99 degrees. And that's what they're looking for. Okay, so I think we got time to finish number 16. So let's look at that one here.
Okay.
Let me snip that in. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to find the green arc here from G to F. Okay, and I'll just call that G. I'll use the letter G for that. So G plus 113 plus 75 equals 360. And that's because you're going all the way around the circle, all the way around the circle. Can you give me the result there for solving for G?
That's all for G.
Yeah.
Yes, I know that. Yes. So G right there, as you know, I'm trying to use a calculator.
Okay.
Is that okay for you?
Yeah. Yeah. You're allowed to use a calculator. Go ahead and use it.
172.
172 degrees. Good. Now, is that the arc or is that the angle? Is that the arc or is that the angle?
That's for the arc.
Okay. How do you go from the arc to the angle?
So as you know, 172, you should divide by 2.
Divide by 2. So take that number and divide it by 2.
Yeah. $86.
Very good. All right, we'll get this down. And if your dad has a moment, we could definitely chat.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Matthew.
Yeah.